What's up, everybody? Welcome to Super Bowl week. This is Petey's playoff parlays. We actually had a relatively good week last week.
Yeah,
So
we
I
did.
want to very briefly review that. I only hit one. I came very close on my big spread one. The game completely ran out of offense once that snowstorm hit in Denver. Kind of hard to predict that. I think that this would have hit otherwise, but yeah, I picked the teams right.
Snow wasn't even in the forecast when we recorded, I don't think.
Yeah, I think it probably could have been if I had been a weatherman, but I'm not. So, but yeah, so sad that the Rams lost. That was a big bummer, but I had picked the right spread that was the worst case scenario for that loss, which was 4.5. So that would have hit. Moving on to the rushing parlay, though, I did actually hit this massive one. Puka obviously had a massive game, so the 80 cleared. Corum easily cleared 20. Kenneth Walker easily cleared 90 rushing receiving. Both May and Stidham had their rushing games as I expected, and Ramondre put together a solid game. So that turned out a decent profit of $15 into $91, which oddly enough got me a profit on my base picks of $1.35. I had wagered 90 and just barely cleared it.
Nice.
In the green.
Yeah. Dan, you actually had a very good week. The two that you put the most money on both hit. Your spread parlay was excellent. Denver definitely covered the 10.5. It was definitely under 46
a little room
and a
to
half.
spare.
A lot of room to spare there by almost 30 points. Seattle won the game, so you picked the right side of that matchup, and the game was definitely offensive as everyone expected. So great picks there, Dan. Both me and Thomas backed it in a sense and made some winnings on that. Your rushing parlay also hit. Walker cleared May. You had him on the rushing as well. And Stevenson had over 70 rushing receiving. So together, you turned $85 into $284. Good work.
Yes.
That's how this is played. Good job, Dan. And you easily have taken the lead in this matchup, so you'll get to go first this week.
Well, how much total do I have to play with this week? I haven't put
This
that in
week,
yet.
because you still get a $50, you have $334.60 to play with.
Cool.
Thomas, you didn't hit any of your parlays. You kind of went, I think, very ballsy on a lot of them. So not too surprising. The biggest shocker was for you and us both that the Rams did not pull this one out, I would say. Your most conservative parlay of the battle of the MVPs, thinking it would be a Drake May, Matt Stafford showdown, unfortunately is not in the making, but Seattle's fun. We'll get to see how that goes. But moving on to Super Bowl week, that's the final game of the season. So we're going to go out with a parlay bang of a minimum 5-leg parlay for this game. Dan, you are going to start us off. And as always, we will give our thoughts and make our own version of the parlay after, though those results will be finalized at least before the game time and put in our Discord.
Do we
So
have
Dan.
to hit all the categories that we were already hitting? Like you have to hit touchdown, you have to hit receiving, you have to hit
No.
rushing?
Just
Literally any
5-leg
parlay. Yep.
Oh.
Okay, give me a moment. I didn't know we were doing that. Sweet. Cool. So I can do this how I wanted to. My heart was not in the touchdowns pick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same. No, I wouldn't have wanted to necessarily have to pick who's getting in the end zone this week.
All right. So I'm taking the Seahawks to win by 1 to 6 points. That's the big one. The rest are pretty safe.
That leg already.
Yeah, the rest are pretty safe. That's my gut play.
Totally. What kind of odds are on that leg?
Just on that leg, it's plus 275.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah. That's not a bad value, I would
I recommend
say, for
taking that bet on its own.
Sure.
But since I have to build a parlay, I would normally do that separately and then build a parlay. But for this, for fun, and because I really want to hit one of my picking the scores for the playoffs. So keeping it in there. Kenneth Walker over 60 rushing yards. Cooper Kupp over 25 receiving yards. Travion Henderson over 19 rushing yards, and Drake May over 200 passing yards. All of that is gets me a plus 1900, and I think I can still make sure I win this game and still have some fun. I'm going to put 100 on that. 100
Cool.
$100.
You won't necessarily win if mine hits.
True.
Because I'm going all out. It's all for glory here. I like the parlay. As I said, the biggest thing I've got issue with is the specificity of which Seattle has to win. Yeah. I do actually like Seattle to win this game. I feel surprisingly confident in that. How do y'all feel overall? What's your pick? Like,
I think if you play this game 10 times, Seattle wins 7 of them. So
yeah, 70-ish%. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up around almost 80%, which kind of surprised that I feel that convicted, but I would say the 1 to 6 range feels like likely, but I don't know. Too sketchy for me so I'll probably take that leg out. Kenneth Walker 60 plus rushing, definitely safe. Cup one. Do you know what his line is at? Is it in the 30s or something?
It's higher than that. Yeah.
Okay,
it might
cool.
even be in the.
I might go with a cup under, even though I don't hate Cup this week. I don't think there's a guarantee. Right. I think 34. He gets. Yeah, I think maybe he gets a couple like key first downs or maybe a touchdown, or I think he could have a decent game, but I might pick him under on the yards. And as far as Travion goes, I love that pick. I think he's definitely undervalued heading into this week. And you telling me the Patriots aren't going to unload everything they got in one of their most explosive players in a game where they might very well need explosive plays if they're playing down. No real problem with May 200 plus, so probably keep that too. Do you have any thoughts on that, Thomas? Anything you want to echo about Dan's picks? Or
what was the Travion pick?
19 plus rushing.
19 plus rushing. Is that his rushing line? Where'd you get 19?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, that's the line.
That is his line.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I think he's going to get it through the air rather than on the ground would be my guess.
Cool. Well, my parlay is Seattle money line, Kenneth Walker, 90 plus rushing receiving, Jackson Smith and Jigba, 6 plus receptions, Travion Henderson. I actually teased it down to 15 plus rushing because it's not a big discount there, but like I think he clears it. I think he probably gets close to 20-ish. I got Hunter Henry for 3 plus receptions. Again, this was the leg that burned me and prevented me from turning
back.
Yeah, basically winning $1,500 plus dollars, more than that. But we'll see if he burns me again. If so, he's on my blacklist forever. And then because I could see this game getting very defensive, and as we said at the beginning, maybe we didn't really want touchdowns. I'm picking Myers to have 6 plus kicking points and Borregalis to have 4 plus kicking points. So I'm thinking Myers either gets 2 field goals or a field goal, and say Seattle actually runs it and they get 3 touchdowns, and Borregalis gets at least 1 field goal, maybe a touchdown, maybe 2 field goals. That's my thinking. All of that gets me plus 700 odds, and I am wagering the full amount. All that I got, 141.
Definitely take out Henry.
You already blacklisted him.
I think I'll actually take out JSN too.
Okay.
I think he'll have a fine game, but if he got 5 receptions, I wouldn't be shocked. I think it might be more of a pick your spots to go to your main man kind of a game.
Yeah, it very well could be. And in fact, that's maybe one of the legs that I feel a little on the fence with. But I would be surprised if JSN isn't pushing for his... my biggest fear is that Seattle just actually, for some reason, dominates this game from the beginning.
Yeah.
And they just don't need him. That's where I think the biggest threat is. But if this is a competitive game, I think he's getting this. For instance, if your Seattle 1 to 6 pick hits, I think he's getting this.
Unless they're protecting a lead and New England pulls it close again, but ultimately doesn't get in there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You like the kicking?
I like the kicking. I thought I gave it a good look to see if I disagreed, and I really don't. I think field goals are likely in this game.
I agree. This could just become a field goal game.
Both coaches are defensive backgrounds and not in that, like, always go for it mode. They pick their spots.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys ready for it?
Let's do it.
Yeah, for all the audience, I am not betting this, so I would not bet this, but this is what I crafted in the past 5 minutes after learning the rules, and I think it's fun. We got Seahawks -2.5 spread. We got the under 45.5. We got Stephon Diggs, 5 receptions. And then to really juice up the odds, especially because the other boys didn't want to give touchdowns, I wanted to add touchdowns with the under because you get that reverse correlation and get that odds boost. So I went Cooper Kupp for a touchdown and Drake May for a rushing touchdown.
All right.
Plus 10,668.
10,268.
10,668.
668. All right. Wow. All right. Well, I think you got to at least throw probably $1 of your money on this. Like,
No.
Why not?
I haven't bet any of these parlays. I'm not starting now.
Fair enough.
Oh, man. Actually, I do like the Diggs one. Inverse of Smith and Jigba. I could see Diggs getting 5 receptions for 25 yards.
Sure.
It could also be much more than that, but like I think they'll try to get him the ball in space sometimes, and he'll get some short receptions, and maybe he'll yak him, maybe he won't. Kupp was on my touchdown list, so I'm on principle not going to take that one out. I'm going to take out May rushing touchdown because they have to be set up to try that.
Yeah, I don't hate.
I'm going to take out
these.
the under. I don't hate any of them, but I'm going to take out the under too.
Yeah, I think that's the one that's most giving me pause. Yeah, I could see this game being slightly over it. Probably wouldn't blow that number out, as I said, I think it's going to be defensive. So not that I'm able to do it per rules of the game, but I would probably tease that just a little bit up and feel very good about it still.
Can I tease it for you and see what the odds are?
Yeah, I would tease it to 51. 51.5.
I was going to do a little more aggressive than that. All right, maybe this will be time if you let me rebuttal.
Sure, why not?
Let's go under 47.5. Give me 2 more points.
All right.
Okay.
This is a 27-20. I feel like that's reasonable.
Sure.
Plus 9,000. Wait, is that even? Yeah, plus 9,228.
Cool. Yeah, I'm probably more likely to back this for fun. Yeah.
I could see like 26-20 feels really reasonable. 26-20 Seattle. And then
the most that I saw, the most I can envision really is about a 27-24 game.
Yeah.
Which is why I was thinking 51.5. But yeah, I again, that's me thinking of the maximum. I think it safely falls under this too.
I think that's an overtime game.
Yeah, probably.
So.
Yeah, 24. Yep, I agree.
Yeah. So I feel good about that parlay. So I'll put the under back in. Just take out May from yours, and I'll put 2 Peter Bucks on my response parlays for each of you.
Cool. Thomas, what are you wagering on that?
My bankroll.
Cool. The 100. Well, if Thomas's hits, he will win.
Amazing. What if we all hit? Is that possible?
Yeah.
It might be possible for us all to hit. I don't think we have any inherently
we don't have any
conflicting.
No.
All right. Yay. What are you guys eating while you watch the Super Bowl?
I'm not sure. We'll have to kind of make that plan. We'll probably have almost like 15 people.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's going to be popping. I'm going to have a hard time even being able to watch the game probably. But, thankfully none of my teams are playing that I care deeply about. So that's okay.
Good Super Bowl for it.
We're going pork nachos.
Nice.
Send some pics.
Will do.
All right, everybody. Well, that'll do it for Petey's playoff parlays. I think it'd be awesome if one of these hit. So we'll be praying for that. I hope you guys have a wonderful Super Bowl, and we'll see you next year.
Bye.